Hey Doc, it's Chris Burfield, and welcome to the Chiropractic Underground's Q&A session where you get to ask me any practice building question your big heart desires. And today we have a question from Dr. Ron, and this question actually breaks my heart. He says, Chris, so I'm dead broke. I know I need to serve more, and I'm trying to do what I can for anyone that I come across in need. Free marketing has never seemed to draw anyone. I'm missing something. Any ideas? I'm about ready to call it quits. Dr. Ron, it really saddens me to hear about chiropractors that are struggling. And I know there's a lot of them out there. You're not alone. But here's first of all, here's what I need to know. I don't have really enough information to give you a super solid answer. I need to know more about your practice. I need to know when you say free marketing never seems to draw anyone. What kind of free marketing are you talking about? Are you talking about hanging some flyers up around town? Are you talking about handing out a business card? Are you talking about asking for a referral in your office? Are you talking about doing a spinal screening, or all of the above? And number two, I need to know how often are you doing that? So if you're doing spinal screenings, how many spinal screenings a month are you doing? Because if you're in a situation where you're not, if you're in a situation where you're failing miserably, which it sounds like you are, then you need to be out there every single day. I'm assuming that your patient base really isn't that big, especially if you're on the verge of basically calling it quits. So how many hours a week are you spending in the office, and how many patients are you seeing a week? I mean, if you're seeing 10 to 20 patients a week, you've got a ton of downtime, which means that you need to be out there building relationships, talking to people, whether it's through a spinal screening or going to local businesses and building relationships and offering your services. Now, here's one of the things that I would recommend that you do is basically I'm sure you know how to do trigger point massage, right? So what you could do is go to a local business, tell them that you're part of a program called what we could call it like the Ultimate Employee Appreciation Program, and you are required to donate some of your services back to the community, and you would like to be able to come into their facility, and maybe they got 15, 20, 50 employees, and you would like to do a day of massage, of trigger point massage, and you can just call it massage. You don't have to say trigger point. You'd like to do a day of massage for their employees, and you'll buy lunch for them. So what you do is then you go and you maybe buy some Subway sandwiches or something like that, or you go to Costco and get like some food, and you go to that facility and you do a day of trigger point massage, and you have people fill out stress surveys, and you talk to them, and you schedule them to come into your office. You've got to start getting out there, and actually, if you don't have the money to be able to, to market your practice like through the internet and hire a company to do that and spend, $500-$600 a month or more on that type of marketing, then you need to be out there and just doing more screenings and more events. So I need to know, like, how many events are you doing a week? I have a friend of mine who is over in Plano. He's a chiropractor, and he actually has a marketing person that he's hired. He's got a really busy clinic, and she does a screening 4 to 5 days a week every single week. And I understand that that might be something that you don't want to do, but you've got to do it right now. You really don't have a choice. And then once you build up a patient base, then you can really start generating more referrals, and now you'll have the money to do maybe more dinner workshops and that sort of thing. The other option is with the patient base that you do have, what I would do is I would have a private dinner with them. So of the patients that you do have, maybe, I mean, I'm assuming since you're ready to, thinking about giving it up and calling it quits, that your patient base isn't very large. So I would invite those patients out to dinner and maybe spend a couple $100 or $150 and take some, or even, $100 if you can take them to a place and get them like, $15, $20 a plate. And, bring 5 or 6 people or bring 3 people and have each one of them bring a guest. Start small and work your way up. 3 patients, have them bring a guest into the office or into the dinner. And then you have those people, the guests, come into your office and just have an intimate dinner with them. It doesn't have to be a big dinner workshop production. If you can do that, do that. That's what I recommend. But if you can't, start small and work your way up. The other thing is email marketing. Are you, all your past patients that have been in that are no longer under care, what are you doing to keep in touch with them? People that were in a year ago or 2 years ago, what have you done to keep in touch with them to bring them back into the office? So there are a lot of things that you can really do to get your office back up and running full throttle, but you got to be willing to really get out there and put yourself out there. If it's at a point where you're ready to call it quits, then time is of the essence, and you don't have a lot of time to jack around and not do and not get out there and get yourself out there and make your name known. It sounds to me like you're in a position of what they call non-existence. And you've got to change that stat and get you back into a stat of affluence. So the only way to do that is to just hit the pavement, my friend, and get out there and make it happen. Google, do you have a Google listing, a business listing? Do you have reviews? Can people find you on the internet? YouTube, are you make YouTube videos? Upload them, just answer the 10 most popular questions that patients have about chiropractic and start uploading YouTube videos. That's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And Google loves video, and you could actually outrank other people, other chiropractors in your community just by uploading a video every single day for the next 60 days. Just start doing it. Instagram. What are you doing on Instagram? Do you have a page that you are asking your patients to follow you on Instagram? Are you giving tips of the day? Go to my Instagram page, Chiropractic Underground. Go to that Instagram page, look it up, and you'll see that I've been posting. I just started that page recently, but I'm posting tips every single day, free marketing tips. I'm building a following. So these are all things that you can do. The other thing that I would recommend is rediscover your why. Why did you become a chiropractor in the first place? Do you believe in chiropractic? Are you enthusiastic about chiropractic, or do you feel like you've been beaten up? If you feel like you've been beaten up, get over it and just get enthusiastic about chiropractic again. Chiropractic is man's greatest gift to man. Chiropractic saves lives. Chiropractic changes lives. Chiropractic is a miracle maker. So start thinking more positive about your practice as well. When the why is big enough, the hows will take care of themselves. Just get really, really excited about chiropractic and start using social media to build a following, to build your tribe. Use Facebook, use Instagram, use YouTube. Those are all free mediums. Connect with your patients. Connect with them on Facebook. Send them a tip of the day. Send them an email. Write them, all the patients that are inactive in your office, send them a reactivation letter, or something. Send them a handwritten letter and for the holidays. Something that you might try doing is sending them for Christmas here, sending them a letter from Santa Claus, postmark it from Santa Claus. Have it talk about how you are Santa's personal chiropractor, and do a Toys for Tots drive. I offer that in my Illuminati internal marketing system. So that's something you could look at doing too. You just need to just really put yourself out there and say, you know what, I'm going to make this work no matter what. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of having limiting beliefs. I'm tired of people telling me they can't afford care. That's no longer going to be in my vocabulary. I'm always in the right place at the right time to meet the right new patient. I'm a money magnet. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm an amazing chiropractor. People love me. People adore me. People want to follow me. People seek me out for my advice. They'll travel whatever distance and pay whatever price for my care. You need to start just being more positive. It's easy to get into a downward spiral when you're not doing well, but there's a lot of things you could be doing. Just go do them, you know? So anyway, I hope you find some value in this, and I hope you start implementing some of this stuff. Send me an email. Let me know what's really going on in your practice with marketing, what you've tried, what you haven't tried, and tell me, of all the things that I listed, which 2 or 3 sound most appealing to you, and hit me up and let me know, and I'll be your accountability partner, and I'll make sure that you get shit done. So, I'll check in with you and make sure you're actually implementing these strategies. So anyway, Dr. Ron, I love you, man. I want you to stick it out. Don't give up. People deserve what you have to offer. And I want you to think about this one last thing before we go. How many people in your community will fall into the medical model and possibly become injured or even die from an adverse drug reaction, or taking medication the wrong way, or people that have a child that becomes injured or dies because of a vaccine they give them because you stopped being a chiropractor? How many people? Those people deserve your help. And believe me, that shit happens. My dad suffered a horrible adverse drug reaction event back in July that paralyzed him. And he was in the hospital for 3 weeks. So it can happen to anyone in your community. If it can happen to my dad, it can happen to anyone. So I want you to think about that. In the meantime, keep saving lives.